Have you noticed how every startup founder right now is suddenly talking about AI agents? Just a year ago, people were still figuring out prompts for ChatGPT, and now the conversation has shifted to autonomous agents that don't just answer your questions, but actually do the work for you. And this shift from chatbots to agents is causing a quiet panic across the startup world. Why? Because AI agents might not just be tools. They might be startup killers. Think about it. Startups have always thrived by solving small pain points: a SaaS tool to automate emails, a platform to manage customer feedback, a plugin to analyze spreadsheets. But now, AI agents are showing they can combine all of those functions and do them automatically. That means hundreds of micro-SaaS startups suddenly look fragile because their features could be swallowed by a single agent with the right instructions, and founders know it. Behind the hype and excitement about AI, there is a real fear. What if the thing you just spent years building gets replaced by an AI agent in a week? Let's break down why startups are panicking. First, agents can execute across apps. Traditional SaaS is built around one workflow, maybe a CRM, maybe invoicing, maybe content scheduling, but agents don't stop at one app. They log into multiple tools, pull data, combine tasks, and deliver results. That's like having an intern who can use every app in your stack, but faster, cheaper, and 24/7. If you've built a product around one narrow workflow, you're vulnerable. Second, agents are cheap to deploy. A startup usually needs a dev team, a designer, a growth hacker. But now, a solo founder can spin up 10 AI agents for the cost of one junior employee. That means competition just exploded. Suddenly, every weekend hacker has the firepower of a 20-person team. For funded startups, that's terrifying because the barriers that protected them are falling apart. Third, customers don't care how it works, they care about outcomes. If your SaaS helps businesses schedule social media posts, but an AI agent can just do the scheduling directly inside Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, the customer will pick the simpler option. Why pay $50 a month for your specialized tool when an agent can handle it inside the apps you already use? Now let's flip perspectives. Why are startups still excited about agents, even while panicking? Because the disruption cuts both ways. Yes, agents might kill a lot of SaaS products, but they'll also create entirely new opportunities. Imagine this. 10 years ago, nobody thought we'd need Zapier until the explosion of SaaS created the need for integrations. Today, the rise of AI agents creates new gaps too. Agent marketplaces, agent monitoring tools, agent compliance systems. A startup that understands this shift could ride the wave instead of getting crushed by it. So what we're seeing isn't just panic, it's a scramble. Startups are trying to figure out, do we pivot to agents? Do we integrate agents into our product? Do we position ourselves as the infrastructure for agents? Everyone is racing to stake their ground before it's too late. Let's talk about what makes agents so powerful. Unlike traditional apps, agents combine 4 capabilities. Reasoning. They don't just follow instructions blindly, they break down goals into steps. Memory. They can remember past actions and improve over time. Tool usage. They plug into APIs and platforms. Autonomy. They don't wait for constant human input, they run loops until the job is done. Put these together and you have something entirely new. Not just software, but digital employees. And if agents are employees, startups need to rethink everything from product design to customer acquisition. Here's why VCs are nervous too. Venture capital is built on a simple equation: invest in startups that can scale fast. But what happens when AI agents can do in months what used to take years? The timeline collapses. That means some startups will scale faster than ever, but many won't even get funded because their ideas will be seen as too easy for agents to replicate. The scary part, even funded startups aren't safe. Imagine raising $5 million to build a SaaS tool, only to see an open source AI agent release that does 80% of your product for free. That's already happening. Projects like AutoGPT and Devin have shown how fast agents can evolve. And founders are realizing they may be competing not with other startups, but with an entire ecosystem of open source agents. But here's the good news. Panic also means opportunity. The smartest founders are asking a different question. Not how do we fight agents, but how do we use them? For example, a SaaS founder might integrate agents into their product instead of competing. A project management tool could add an agent that automatically updates tasks, writes stand-up summaries, and predicts deadlines. A finance SaaS could add an agent that prepares tax reports and even emails your accountant. Instead of being replaced, the SaaS evolves into a platform powered by agents. Others are building infrastructure. Just like Obvious became the backbone of the cloud, we'll need backbones for agent networks. Startups that build secure sandboxes, auditing systems, and monitoring dashboards for agents could be huge winners. After all, if your business is run by 50 AI employees, you'll want to know what they're doing, when, and why. Let's talk about jobs inside startups. Founders aren't just panicking about their products being replaced. They're also panicking about their teams. If an AI agent can replace 3 junior developers, what happens to hiring? If it can handle customer support 24/7, what happens to that department? The future SaaS startup might look like this: 5 humans, 50 agents. That's leaner, faster, cheaper. But it also means startup culture will change forever. The office full of hustle and chatter may be replaced by dashboards and monitoring screens. For some, that's exciting. For others, it's terrifying. But either way, it's coming. Now let's zoom out. Why is this shift happening so fast? 2 reasons. Infrastructure is ready. Cloud, APIS, no-code tools. All the plumbing exists for agents to connect and act. Demand is huge. Every company is under pressure to cut costs and move faster. Agents deliver both. That's why startups feel panic. They don't have years to adapt, they have months. The ones that figure it out will thrive. The ones that don't may vanish. So what can you, as a founder, do right now? First, audit your product. Ask yourself honestly, if an AI agent became mainstream tomorrow, would my product still matter? If the answer is no, you need to pivot. Second, look for ways to integrate agents before your competitors do. Don't wait until customers ask. Surprise them by delivering agent-powered outcomes now. Third, don't just copy what's trending. Look for second-order opportunities. If everyone is building agents, maybe your play is to build the dashboards, the marketplaces, or the governance layers that agents will need. Finally, stay close to your customers. Panic happens when you focus on competition. Success happens when you focus on pain points. If your product solves a deep, painful problem, agents will become an ally, not a threat. The startup world thrives on disruption, and AI agents are the biggest disruption since mobile apps or cloud computing. Yes, they'll kill some businesses. Yes, they'll create chaos. But they'll also unlock opportunities bigger than anything we've seen before. So why is every startup panicking over AI agents? Because panic is the natural response to a tidal wave. The question isn't whether the wave will hit, it already has. The real question is, will you drown in it, or will you ride it to build something new?